Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Nnamdi Kanu files fresh lawsuit seeking $60 million for his unlawful abduction in Kenya. Nnamdi Kanu files fresh lawsuit seeking $60 million for his unlawful abduction in Kenya. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. Indigenous people of Biafra hip-hop leader Nnamdi Kanu has filed a fresh suit against the federal government at an Umuahia High Court in Abia State, seeking 25 billion naira, $60.12 million in damages for the emotional trauma he suffered during his abduction from Kenya last year. Highly controversial, Mr. Kanu has been campaigning for the recreation of the independent Republic of Biafra, which broke away from Nigeria between July 1967 and January 1917 during the Civil War. His campaign, which has led to the phenomenal growth of hip-hop, has set him at odds with the Nigerian government, who him arrested and put on trial for treason. While the case was still pending, Mr. Kanu was granted bail in April 2017 on health grounds, but skipped his bail after flouting the conditions given to him by the court and fled Nigeria. However, in a dramatic development in June last year, Mr. Kanu was abducted in Kenya and flown to Nigeria, where he was handed over to the State Security Service. Earlier today, in a fresh suit filed by his counsel, Aloy Ejimako, Mr. Kanu argued that his extradition from Kenya was unconstitutional. He is demanding 25 billion naira as damages for the physical, mental, emotional, psychological, property loss he suffered during his extradition. Mr. Ejimako said, "We seek a declaration that the arrest of the applicant in Kenya by the respondent without due process of law is arbitrary. Also, the respondent enforced the disappearance of the applicant for 8 days and their refusal to produce him before a Kenyan court for the purpose of extradition is illegal, unlawful, unconstitutional, and amounts to infringement of the applicant's fundamental right. This is an arbitrary arrest and a breach of his personal liberty, and denies him a fair hearing as enshrined and guaranteed under the pertinent provisions of the Nigerian Constitution and Human Rights Charter. We seek a declaration that the detention of the applicant in a non-official secret facility in Kenya and the torture by the respondent agent is illegal, unlawful, unconstitutional, and amounts to infringement of fundamental human rights." He added that they are seeking that the court decide Mr. Kanu's arrest in Kenya unlawful, illegal, and unconstitutional. Mr. Ejimako added They are also seeking to get the court to restore Mr. Kanu's liberty by getting him repatriated to his country of lawful domicile, the UK. Indigenous people of Biafra, HIPOB, leader Nnamdi Kanu has filed a fresh suit against the federal government at Han Humaya High Court in Abia State, seeking 25 billion naira, $60.12 million in damages for the emotional trauma he suffered during his abduction from Kenya last year. High controversial, Mr. Kanu has been campaigning for the recreation of the Independent Republic of Biafra, which broke away from Nigeria between July 1967 and January 1970 during the Civil War. His campaign, which has led to the phenomenal growth of IPOB, has set him at odds with the Nigerian government, who him arrested and put on trial for treason. While on the case was still pending, Mr. Kanu was granted bail in April 2017 on health grounds, but skipped his bail after flouting the conditions given to him by the court and fled Nigeria. However, in a dramatic development, in June last year, Mr. Kanu was abducted in Kenya and flown to Nigeria, where he was handed over to the State Security Service. Earlier today, in a fresh suit filed by his counsel, Aloy Jimako, Mr. Kanu